Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, and some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Just catching my breath, just got done doing a workout. Anyway, I'm coming at y'all with another Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace. This time we're jumping right back into... I believe we're on June's path again? One second, y'all, let me check that. Yep, I was right, we're back on June's path. Anyway, y'all, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is up. We've got Bronze tier for $5, we've got Silver tier for $10, and Gold tier for $15. Each of them with their own exclusive rewards and permanent access to our community Discord server. I just wanted to let y'all know that Gold members will get their own personalized icon that they can use anywhere they want. So anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright. I grit my teeth trying to keep myself sitting down. This is nothing like the last times I'd come to watch. It scares me from the back of my mind. I keep having bad thoughts. Has he been pushing himself too hard again? Knowing him, that possibility sounds completely believable. Even though I promised I'd stop bothering him about it, I can't help but worry. If he hurts himself because he's been overburdening himself as an athlete, I've seen the damage that overpracticing can cause. Excuse me, not just to your body, but to your mind. I just want this to stop. I want this performance to stop. Please, just make him stop. After what seems like an eternity, the last note rings out. June sits perfectly still, panting in his seat. I want to reach out to him and say something, but my throat merely contracts uselessly. I struggle to find my words. What did you think? As he always does, June asks me for my feedback on his performance. Usually I'd have nothing but praise to give him, even if I wanted to. I know nothing of music, so I couldn't criticize. But today, even as he looked at me and tried to smile, the strain on his face was obvious. June, are you all right? Huh? Of course I am. Liar. I just felt like something was wrong. You didn't play like you usually do. It felt wrong somehow. Even as I'm trying to explain my worries, I can't come up with coherent enough words to explain my thoughts. It felt wrong. A fifth grader could probably come up with a better explanation. It was no good? Somehow he looks so pitiful as he mumbles those words. The disappointment is clearly obvious in his eyes. Whether he's disappointed at me or at himself, I don't know. Yet I still feel guilty. I feel as if I had just yelled at a small, frail little kitten. I know that's an unfair comparison, but I can't help but feel that way. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring you down, it's just... The words die in my throat. Just... Without missing a beat, he probes me for more information. I compose myself, afraid to say the words I'm thinking. He's already gotten mad at me for it before. I'm afraid of how he might react if I bother him with the subject again. But the rational part of my brain trumps over my fear, reminding me that there are more important things than that. I'm worried, June. You seemed out of it the entire day. I thought you were just distracted during class, but now... Even when you were playing, it felt like you were overexerting yourself. It looked like you were in pain. I'm fine. You don't have to worry about me. I'm completely surprised by his reaction. I expected him to get annoyed. I expected him to yell. I expected him to kick me out. Instead, his voice came out meek, almost pleading, as if he desperately wanted me to believe him. You don't look or sound fine. Are we going to have a repeat of last time? Last time? The day when I had to force you to go to the school doctor because you were having chest pains. Ah! It wasn't chest pain. I told you it was shortness of breath. Like I'm gonna believe that. I'm telling you, I'm fine. Of course you're not fine. And I think I know what you have. You do? Yeah. You're having heart problems because you're overweight, aren't you? Yuichi-san, I am not amused. Huh? You just called me fat. But I mean, it's kind of true. Yuichi-san, do you want me to kick you? Eh? What did I do? If it's not that, then what's going on with you? I'm just really tired. I didn't really sleep last night, and I've also caught a cold. You don't look like you have a cold. Just because I'm not coughing doesn't mean I don't have a cold. My head is spinning. I'm running a fever and my throat hurts. Then why didn't you say something earlier? Why did you even come to school at all today? I didn't want to make you worry. You know how you are. If you know I'm sick, you'd be fussing over me all day. You're not lying to me, are you? Why won't you answer? Are you looking at me like that? June? Yes, I promise I'm not lying. If that's the case, and you really should be resting, you should head to the doctor's office. You see, this is exactly why I didn't want to tell you. Are you seriously worried about rehearsing right now? You need to rest. You can't keep pushing your body like that. I told you, I'm fine. And I told you, you're obviously not fine. Come on. Just do what I'm telling you already. But why does he always have to be so difficult? It's like trying to argue with a child. Come on, June, please. Don't look at me like that. It's hard to say no. That is the point. Just a little more. I feel like I need just a little more practice for today. No, you need to rest. Come on. You should know better than anyone that you won't get anywhere by practicing in this state. You'll just start making mistakes because of your condition, and they'll end up sticking to you like a bad habit, and that is hard to get rid of. You're just hurting your own progress. Once he hears those words, his shoulders drop and his gaze softens. It's like, water time. Damn it. It seems I finally managed to get to him. I definitely don't want that to happen. Jeez, you can be so stubborn. That sort of attitude isn't always cute, you know. Are you gonna do as I say and head home now? I guess so. There's no point arguing with you. You're even more stubborn than I am. Damn right I am. That's not something to be proud of, you know. If it gets you to rest, then of course it is. Do you need me to walk with you to the doctor's office? There's no need. I'm just gonna head home. Home? But the doctor's office is a better place for... It feels too much like a hospital. I can't relax in there. I guess that's fair. Do you need me to walk you home? Nah, it's alright. I kind of want to be alone right now with my thoughts. Thoughts? Plural? Something wrong with that? No, not at all. Everything's fine, just dandy. If you say so. Can I ask you to handle the cleaning of the room for me? Usually I'd take care of it every other day after I finish rehearsing, but... Of course, leave it to me. I'll make sure this place is spotless so you can just relax. Thanks. June picks up his bag and stands up, looking me up and down one final time. I guess I'm gonna head home now. I'll see you later. Get well. I will. Thank you. Wonder if everything really is okay. May 12th. The alarm goes off mercilessly by my nightstand, screeching with the same sadistic glee it seems to show me every morning. Ha! Joke's on you, though. I woke up 10 minutes early today. Where did I put my school jacket, though? More June. I've been thinking over a lot of stuff since I last saw June. I've been wondering what I could do to help him feel better. It's plain to see that the stress has been taking a toll on him, so I've thought of ways that I could potentially try to help without also being intrusive and annoying. In the end, all I could come up with was a silly little care package. I've bought all of June's favorite sweets, as well as some vitamin pills and some tasty food. I want to make sure he's eating, even if it's junk food. It's still better than nothing. I can't wait to see his face when I give this to him. Hey, pardon me for Huh? At first, I don't see anything. The tiger I expected to find sitting in front of the piano isn't there. For a second, I imagined that he might have taken my advice to heart and decided to take a break to rest today. Feeling satisfied with that, I ready myself to step outside and close the door. Then for some reason, a chill runs over my spine. Call it instinct or premonition, but something in me tells me to investigate further. I step inside the room and begin to walk over to the piano. June? Lumped over on the floor is the tiny figure of a tiger dressed in his school uniform. He's fallen over behind the piano, hidden from view from anyone who doesn't bother to take more than a cursory glance into the room. June! Without a second thought, I run towards him. June! June, are you all... That's when I notice it. A small puddle of blood is forming around his head. I look up and see a few drops of blood running down the edge of the piano. No way! I desperately open my bag, rummaging through it for a piece of cloth and anything I can use to put pressure on it. Come on, come on, come on! Clean shirt! Come on, June, answer me! I try to remember the basics of first aid that I learned a few years ago in school, but it's no use. My mind is racing too fast to properly think. Help! Someone! Anyone, please help! June was taken to the hospital a few minutes afterwards. I don't know if anything I did past calling for help was useful at all. I wasn't allowed to ride with him in the ambulance for some reason. Instead, the school doctor went with them. As I stood there in front of the school gate, the cuff of my shirt soaked in blood, watching that ambulance riding away, I felt so small. Useless. May 15th. Monday. Second, y'all. It is water time. I wonder what I should do today. The rooftop sounds extra inviting right now, although I'm pretty sure I'd get yelled at if I went there. That's never stopped me before. Pristine white walls and floors, a slight smell of dust mixed in with sanitizer, an endless array of numbered doors. The feeling I got when I walked into the hospital was one of dread and nostalgia. The last time I'd been to a hospital was when Aki was born. Just a few days before that. I was also in the hospital when my dad was pronounced dead. I hate this place. And this time, I also end up here for a not-so-pleasant reason. You guys really didn't have to go out of your way to visit me. We dropped by just after school to come visit the stubborn little tiger that had been admitted here after a freak accident. Oh, wow, everyone's in there. You're crazy if you think we just let you rot alone in a hospital bed without coming over to see you.
Shuichi-san! You shouldn't act so surprised. We hardly seem like the only ones to have had that idea.
Keisuke glances over to the mountain of wrapped presents on a bedside table that went almost 40 centimeters high. It seems some people even skip class to keep you company, huh? Chefkun and Sora both are sitting next to June's bed, looking at us awkwardly. I can sort of get why Sora would come since June is his neighbor, but why are you even here, Chefkun?
June really has been really nice to me since I first moved here. I thought I'd return the favor by making sure he wasn't alone. Although it turns out I didn't really have to.
I told you guys you didn't have to. Nonsense! It was my pleasure to spend time with you.
Same here.
I'm starting to feel bad for not having skipped class to spend time with June.
Agreed.
Yeah, I kind of feel like a sucky friend now.
Oh, don't you guys start on that too.
Alright, sorry.
By the way, I'm sorry there aren't enough chairs in here for everyone. I can call a nurse and ask her to bring more if you guys want. Don't be silly, we're fine here where we are. Yeah, we're not going to complain just because we're having to stand up. We're fine. Although, if you'd like, I could get you into a top-of-the-line hospital in a heartbeat. Please don't go through that sort of trouble for me. There's no way I could pay you back for it. I'm not asking you to. It would be no trouble for me. A few days in a private hospital would hardly leave a dent in my wallet. That's one of the things that scares me. Huh? Nothing. By the way, Junkun, if you don't mind telling us, when did you even get here in the first place? I mean, how did the accident happen?
At her mention of the accident, everyone goes stiff. We all watch June cautiously, afraid of how he might react to it. For a second, his suddenly neutral expression gives us quite a fright.
It's stupid. I tripped on my shoelaces when I was getting up and ended up hitting my head on the piano. Next thing I know, I'm in the hospital. How do you even manage such a feat?
Shuichi elbows Keisuke in the stomach, sending the hair back a few steps.
Ow!
The important thing is that you're alright now. Good thing Yuichi was there to help you when he did.
Don't get me wrong, I really appreciate his help, but my head injury wasn't really that bad. Then how come there was so much blood? Well, there are quite a few blood vessels in the head, so even minor injuries can bleed quite a lot.
So I was scared to death for absolutely no reason. Good to know.
It's not like that. You were still very helpful. There was no way to know if it was serious or not without getting me to a hospital. If it's not that bad, then how come you haven't been discharged yet? The doctor said he wants to keep me in observation to make sure there's nothing wrong with me. That sounds a bit overkill to me for some head trauma. You've already been here for over 24 hours. I'm kind of surprised at the level of care you guys have in Japan. There were nurses coming and going out of his room all the time to check up on him. I never knew you could get such attentive care for a regular injury.
That's not normal, though. They're gone above and beyond here for some reason.
Really? Why? I can't really answer that. Is that so? I didn't expect that level of care from a public hospital.
Things aren't going to be bad just because they're not private, you know.
I understand your argument, but remain unconvinced.
You really sound like a snobbish rich guy every now and then.
Well, think whatever you like. I still keep my opinion.
You're impossible. Can you two behave? Do you guys need to bicker everywhere you go? Second, y'all. Water time.
What are you talking about? We're just having some fun.
There's no need to be so serious all the time.
We are in a hospital, you know. It's alright, Yuichi-san. Seeing the two of them like this is kind of relaxing. It just feels right.
So you're saying they bicker so much that it'd be weird if they weren't fighting. That's kind of a sad thing to say.
Well, I can see that June is in good hands now. I need to be home soon. My parents want to call me to check up on how things are going for me, so I might as well leave now.
Oh, me too. I still need to go to the club I'm affiliated to for practice.
Okay, thank you for keeping me company, guys. Oh, and for the presents, too.
Don't mention it. Just call me if you need anything. I'll drop by later to bring you some more games.
You brought me so many already. I doubt I'll be able to try them all before I get discharged.
Nothing wrong with having some variety.
I suppose so. I wish I could bring you something too, but I don't bring a lot of games with me from my friend. I didn't bring a lot of games with me from my friends. I only have one of my consoles, and it's not a portable one. You don't need to worry about that. Really, you guys have already done so much for me. I'm just returning the favor. Feel free to call me whenever you want to hang out. I'll come if I'm available. Okay. See you guys later.
Bye, everyone.
See ya. See ya. Thanks for the help.
Yeah, thanks for keeping an eye on him so he doesn't end up hurting himself again.
You two take care on the way home.
The room is definitely a lot less cramped with fewer people inside. Sai doesn't miss the opportunity to sit down one of the freed chairs as soon as they leave, leaving the three of us to fight for the remaining one.
How are you feeling now? Any residual symptoms or something like that? Nah, I feel just a bit tired. I guess I've been overworking myself too hard lately.
You really are an idiot for going to such extremes. Oh, please, as if you had any right to complain to him about that.
Indeed, I've seen you practice until you literally dropped. Well, do as I say, but don't do as I do? That's a weak excuse if I've ever heard one. Oh, shut up.
You've seen nothing, though. He was way worse when we were kids. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Leave a super thanks or a tip if you can. It always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to check out that Patreon, y'all. Bye-bye!